Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Lees. Today we're diving into the 7 greatest Bond villains as we head into this weekend's release of No Time to Die. First, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Poddex, for sponsoring this episode. You can check them out today at poddex.com and use the promo code Larry21 for 10% off your first purchase. We'd also like to thank Audible for sponsoring this episode. Check them out today at audibletrial.com/Larry21. You can get a free 30-day trial with a free audiobook of your choice. I'm actually currently listening to the audiobook of Casino Royale on Audible. You can check out all their content at audibletrial.com/Larry21. And now, let's get into the 7 greatest Bond villains. Now, I will remind you, this is not the right list. This is not the best list. This is a list I believe make up the 7 greatest Bond villains. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section below, let me know what you believe are the 7 greatest Bond villains. And is there someone I missed? Someone that shouldn't have been on the list? Are there people you actually agree with that are on my list? Let me know. And let's get on with it. World domination, the same old dream. Taunts James Bond and Dr. No's 007's first big screen adventure. It's a line as pointed as Rosa Klemp's poison-tipped shoes, aimed as the film's plank-gloved villain and echoing through the Bond franchise for nearly 60 years. From Joseph Wiseman's Julius No to Rami Malek's Safin, villains are as crucial a part of Bond's cinematic DNA as gadget-laden cars and the Pinewood Studios T-Trolley. It's their outrageous schemes that drive the plots, their cold indifference to human life that justifies 007's license to kill. They have the coolest choice of real estate, from private islands to undersea bases, and frequently nab the juiciest lines. Look after Mr. Bond, make sure some harm comes to him. Some of them are even cat lovers. Now that clearly makes them evil. But it's all diabolical masterminds in Bond's pantheon of evil. Equally unforgettable are the heavies and henchies. Henches, the hired muscle that go fist to fist with 007 while their masters threaten the globe from the comfort of their swivel chairs. This countdown salutes them all, so join us in our volcanic lair as we rank the 7 greatest Bond villains of all time. Careful of the prawn pool. They're hungry little things. So number 7, Hinx from Spectre. Ex-grappler Dave Bautista found big screen fame as lovable Wonk, Drax, and Guardians of the Galaxy. 2015 Spectre recruits him as a classic Bond-heavy, a silent, dapper thug in the Jaws and Oddjob mold. He even has a lethal gimmick, reinforced thumbnails, ever so useful for spooning out his victims' eyeballs. Spectre doesn't make the most of Bautista's considerable charm, but he earns his place in this list for a staggeringly brutal tussle with 007 aboard a Morocco-bound train. The scrap so authentically badass, it had real-life consequences. Craig broke Bautista's nose, while Bautista gifted Craig with a knee injury that shuttered production. Number 6 is Alec Trevelyan from GoldenEye.
know, James? I was always better.
Some of the most memorable Bond villains are twisted mirrors of 007 himself. That's especially true of Alec Trevelyan. Even Sean Bean, who won the role, was also in frame for Bond before Pierce Brosnan was awarded the license to kill. Scarred and vengeful, Trevelyan is a former 00 agent who betrayed Bond in a long-game plot against the British government. Now head of the Janus crime syndicate, he knows how to push 007's buttons. I might as well ask you, if all those vodka martinis ever silence the screams of the men you killed, he taunts, like Bond's own conscience made flesh. Number 5 is Sanchez, probably my favorite Bond villain.
You could have had everything. Don't you want to know why?
Playing catch-up with the hard-edged likes of Die Hard and Commando, Timothy Dalton's Encore is a tougher, grimier take on Bond, an exercise in late 80s machismo, complete with a personal mission of vengeance. Its villain, Sanchez, is a very contemporary antagonist too, clearly modeled on Panamanian drug baron Manuel Noriega. Sanchez means business. He has the heart of his mole's liver cut out, feeds Felix, leader, to a shark, and kills Felix's new bride, an old flame of 007's. No wonder Bond's out for his hide. Given the general brutality and drug-pushing scumbaggery of the character, it's impressive how Robert Davi makes him quite such charming company. Score bonus points for Pat Lizard, too. And you can't forget number 4, Oddjob from Goldfinger.
Oddjob! Many people have tried to involve themselves in my affairs, unsuccessfully.
Remarkable. But what does the club secretary have to say?
Oh, nothing, Mr. Bond. I own the club.
The first in the legendary Bond henchman, Goldfinger, faithfully manserved as all silent, sinister muscle, initially glimpsed as a bowler-hatted silhouette on the wall. That hat is actually razor-rimmed. He decapitates a statue of Goldfinger's golf club and kills Bond girl Tilly Masterson. But Oddjob doesn't need to rely on gimmickry. He's hard enough to crush a golf ball, and bars of gold bullion simply bounce off him as he smiles. This fearsome butler was brought to screen life by Hawaiian wrestler Harold Sakata, who's dedicated to the art of the Hinx song, badly burned in an electrocution scene as he waited for the director to yell, "Cut." And of course, number 3, Auric Goldfinger.
I think you've made your point, Goldfinger. Thank you for the demonstration.
Choose your next witticism carefully, Mr. Bond. It may be your last. The purpose of our 2 previous encounters is now very clear to me. I do not intend to be distracted by another. Good night, Mr. Bond.
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
From Goldfinger. Auric Goldfinger. Sounds like a French nail varnish, snarks 007. The bouillon-craving antagonist of the third Bond film deserves his place on the podium of villainy. He's the first foe to earn his own title song. He's the man with the Midas touch, and the first to suffer a memorable macabre death, slipped out of a shattered plane window. His cunning scheme to eradicate Fort Knox and be crowned King of Gold is also top tier. Proven in the plot in Fleming's original novel, and in No Mr. Bond Expect You to Die, he delivers pure dialogue gold. And number 2, Blofeld, who's made appearances in multiple films. Extortion is my business. First glimpsed as a faceless, cat-fondling presence in From Russia with Love. Last seen as a banged-up Christoph Waltz in No Time to Die. Arch scoundrel Blofeld has the distinction of being the longest-serving Bond villain. He's also the most chameleonic, mutating from Donald Pleasance's bald goblin and You Only Live Twice to Tilly's Savalas's smooth thug and On Her Majesty's Secret Service to a foppish Charles Grey in Diamonds Are Forever. Remarkably counting voiceovers and nameless cameos, more people have played Blofeld than Bond himself. Even spoofing by Dr. Evil in the Austin Powers movies can't kill this bastard. And our final number 1 greatest villain is Dr. No. The first big screen Bond villain and the template for every evil mastermind that follows. Dr. No has a private island, just like Safin in No Time to Die, and rocks a high-collared jacket that would prove a staple of the Blofeld wardrobe. He also has some physical shtick. His hands have been replaced after what he intriguingly refers to as a mixed fortune. Wrapped in gleaming black gloves, whatever's replaced them, and we never do see, can crush a statuette. New York stage actor Joseph Wiseman establishes the urbane, soft-spoken style of the archetypal Bond baddie, but Ian Fleming wanted his friend Noel Coward for the role. Coward sniffly replied, "Dr. No? No, no, no." And that is our list of the 7 greatest Bond villains. Let me know who you think are the 7 greatest in the comment section below. Because obviously I know my list is not the best. It's not the most probably agreed upon list by other Bond fans. And now we're going to go to our newest segment featuring the Poddex segment. As always, these episodes have been sponsored by Poddex. Poddex is a tool that allows podcasters like me and others to grow their audience by using different decks of cards, such as there's these ones, the interview deck, which I've used in prior episodes. There's a special deck called the Episode Ideas that actually allows you, I believe it's 50 or 60 episode prompts. It allows you to record 50 or 60 episodes, which is a good amount to launch a podcast with. You can check them out today, Poddex.com, and use the promo code Larry21 for 10% off your first purchase. And so our question comes from the Film Night deck, which is available on their Poddex app. What are some movies you recorded on VHS and then always had to watch with commercials? This is tough because I really can't remember half the stuff I recorded, but I hate to say it, but I know one Bond movie. I know, I can't remember which one it was. Hunt for Red October. The first Mighty Ducks. Let's see, what else do I have? Ooh, that's tough. other Disney movies. I can't remember. But yeah, I know Bond. I recorded for October. Oh, what was it? Mission Impossible. So yeah, that's probably about most of them that I can think of that I recorded and watched with commercials. So I want to know what some movies you recorded on VHS and had to watch with commercials. Let me know in the comment section below. And we might feature your responses in the next episode. And as always, if you want to support the show, you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. Your support helps the show grow and allows us to upgrade our equipment, reach a bigger audience, bring on guests, be able to travel to different events relating to the movie industry. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.